now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess featuring a bonus pin-up and the other 2 books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today. The publisher of Konkret Comics sent me an advanced copy of Akolyte number 3 last night. Now, right now, Akolyte number 3 is available through a Kickstarter, and you definitely want to get your own copy of Akolyte number 3 because this is the best comic of 2021. Now, I was absolutely floored by this 3rd issue because this book is a masterpiece as I see it. Everything that I used to talk about as related to comic books needing to be big, comic books needing to be epic, and comic books needing to be larger than life is presented in this 3rd issue of Akolyte. Everything that I ever wanted in a comic is right here in this one issue, and this one issue practically it was just a masterpiece as I see it. Now, this 3rd issue follows up on the 2nd issue of Akolyte, where he was confronted by the Children of Chaos. And in this 3rd issue, we get a battle that is really huge and epic. And I would have to say that it is what I always said that a comic book battle should be, something like a WrestleMania, a huge main event on a grand scale. And what I really liked about this whole 3rd issue was it took a minute to show us how the Akolyte character learned how to be a man, because that was core to his character, because his father prepared him in the opening sequences as related to learning how to fight, and that really relates to what goes on later on in the story. And I really liked seeing the presentation of black manhood in this story, because we rarely get to see a black man in a strong, confident leadership role, and we also don't get to see a black man coming out here and letting people know that he is not going to take any crap from anyone. And that's one of the things I liked about the Akolyte character in this issue, was the attitude he had regarding the Children of Chaos. Because when he was confronted by the Children of Chaos, he did not back down, and he came harder than hard at these Children of Chaos. He pretty much let these Children of Chaos know who the man was in the room, and that was one of the things I respected about the Akolyte character, was the way he handled himself, because that is the way a man handles a situation when he is confronted with conflict, and that is the way a man handles business whenever somebody comes looking to start something. Because when the Children of Chaos came looking to start on Earth, looking for this key, Akolyte let them know he was going to finish it, and he was going to finish it on his own terms. And that was one of the things that I really loved about this issue, was we saw a black man standing up and being a man, and we saw him going out here and letting those people know that there was a man in the room, and a man was not going to take any mess from anybody. So that's one of the things I loved about this book. And I have to say, Derek Lonzo Star Allen knocked this one out of the park as related to storytelling. And the artwork on here by Bruno Lima is up there with John Byrne and George Perez in terms of epicness. I mean, this book is absolutely big, epic, and grand on a scale. And the battle between Akolyte and the Children of Chaos reminded me so much of Superman 2. I mean, that was one of the things I liked about this battle, was it reminded me of Superman 2 in some ways, and it also reminded me of what I consider to be the greatest superhero battle of all time, Avengers versus Count Nefaria in Avengers issue Volume 1, 164 to 166. And if you have picked up those 3 issues, you know how grand that battle was, how epic that fight was, and how it was just edge of your seat. And that's what we got here in Akolyte number 3, a battle that was practically edge of your seat between Akolyte and the Children of Chaos. And it was really out there. It was on your seat edge, and he just really just took it to these guys and showed them that he meant business. And that's one of the things that was really the best thing about this whole story, was he showed that he was going to handle business as related to these Children of Chaos. And this fight is one you definitely do not want to miss. You do not want to pass up this story, because everything here in this comic is everything that a great comic has. I mean, this comic has a big epic battle, and it showcases and features Akolyte's powers, and it takes the character to a whole nother level. I mean, the level that the Akolyte character is on is far past Icon, and I dare to say even far past Blue Marvel and Superman, in terms of not only power, but using his power. But the thing that really makes the character stand out is his confidence and his no-nonsense attitude, and just the way, again, he handles this situation. He lets these Children of Chaos know if they're going to start something, he's going to finish it, and the way he finishes it puts a period at the end of things. Even though the story makes it where it looks like there may be another menace coming on, this fight just makes you go, this is not a guy you want to pick a fight with, because if you pick a fight with him, they may be picking you up off the ground. And that again is what a true to the game black man is all about out here. He's not going to be coming soft, and that was one of the things I really loved about this whole issue, is he came extra hard, and he gave these Children of Chaos the hardest of hard checks. And after giving them the hardest of hard checks, they know they have been in a fight. So this 3rd issue of Akolyte, once you read this 3rd issue, you are going to be a fan of this character, because the Akolyte character has everything that I want in a hero. I mean, this book is so exceptionally well done. I mean, every sequence practically flows into the story, and every subplot really gets really good, solid character development. So there's a couple of subplots here about Akolyte and his father as related to this battle, and there's an introduction of another villain that looks like it's coming up, but everything here is exceptionally well done, and this 3rd issue pays off the first 2 issues with an exclamation point, and that's what you want to do as a comic publisher and a comic writer. You want to go out here and in 3 issues introduce the character, establish what their mission is, and make us care, and then introduce some villains that showcase the character's powers and show us why this hero ain't no joke. And with the Akolyte character, we see that he ain't no joke, and this is a black man you definitely want to take seriously. The last time I saw a character come this hard was in Netflix's Luke Cage in season 2, and in this book we get a character that comes just as hard, just as serious, and shows us a strong example of black manhood, a strong example of black masculinity, and a strong example of a black man who knows about leadership, because this son of a supreme was taught by a supreme father, and he shows that he is somebody who understands his role as a man and is ready to take care of business like a man. I give Akolyte number 3 my highest of high recommendations, This right here is the best book of 2021 so far as I see it. It is a masterpiece of storytelling. It does everything a great comic should do, and it does everything that I have been saying a great comic should do when I made a video a while back saying that comic book art is just too small. This book gives us the big epic battles. It gives us the big epic feel. It feels like a WrestleMania main event. It gives you that intensity. It gives you that electricity. It feels, again, intense. And this is the kind of comic I used to pick up on the newsstand when I was a very little boy back in the late 70s with my brother. And this is the kind of comic that I want to see more of on the shelf. And Konkret Comics has a masterpiece with this Akolyte number 3. This third issue practically is setting the platinum standard for comics, and this is what we want in a comic. Everything you want in a comic is right here at Konkret Comics, and they have really raised the bar to an extremely high level out here as related to your superhero comics. I'd say that a lot of these black comic publishers, they have been, again, stepping their game up, but Konkret has been taking it to another level, and the level that they're on is up there with this issue is up there with the legendary masters of comic storytelling, the great comic artists like your George Perez, your John Byrne, your Buscema brothers, Brian Bolland, all the great comic artists and the great writers like Chris Claremont and David Michelini and all these other great legendary comic writers, Stan Lee. This is up there. This is the platinum standard, and this is where you want to be in terms of comic and comic storytelling. And there's 11 days to go on the Kickstarter, and I definitely urge you to please go out here and pick up the Akolyte series while you can, because these books are definitely worth the money. And this series, Akolyte, this series is looking like one of the best series to come out of the 2020s. Now, if you want to pick up my first comic, Esteem No Good Deed, you can find that book on Amazon's Kindle for 99 cents. And if you want to pick up some of my stories featuring black heroes and black heroines, like the ISIS series, the Esteem series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spencerella trilogy that make up the SJS Direct Universe, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBook Store, and Google Play. And if you want to see me do more comic review videos and help me get my second comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, further to the marketplace, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.